Going on, you guys? How we all doing? Fresh shaven here. We're ready to rock this. We are ready for another collection video. I love doing that first one with Harrison Ford, and today we're going to do one with another one of my all-time favorite actors. We're going to show you guys my Kurt Russell movie collection today. You know, Kurt Russell's another one of those guys who's just everything is just perfection. I love everything he's in. You know, he was a carpenter guy, you know, in his younger days, you know, and he's been able to branch off and do so many other things, and now he's just the greatest Santa we've ever had. If you've never seen the Christmas Chronicles, you know, and I want to give a big shout out to this video. I want to give a big shout out to Dane from the Danger Zone. I think he's a big Kurt Russell fan himself. I hope, Dane, if you're watching this, if you don't have some of these movies, get your ass on it, and you better find some of these, all right? You hear me? I mean it. I mean it. So you guys ready to dive into this? We're going to show you my Kurt Russell movie collection, all right? We're going to do this. It's going to be great. We're going to start things off with Kurt Russell's Dark Blue. Pretty good movie here. Then we've got Captain Ron, a really funny comedy here. Now, this kind of bothers me a little bit because Tequila Sunrise, Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Kurt Russell, I've tried for so long to find this movie on its own, and then I found this double pack, and I just said, fuck it. I just couldn't wait any longer. I had to just cough it up and buy it. It was only, like, literally 50 cents, but I found it. I'm happy. I finally got Tequila Sunrise in my Kurt Russell collection. Now we've got Stargate. I think this was 1994 or 1995, one or the other. I'm not completely positive. Used Cars. Now, I'm not a big hockey fan, but I went and saw this movie, Miracle, when this was out in theaters. I was like 12, 13 years old, and just seeing Kurt Russell, you know, seeing him in a role like this, being that coach, it was excellent, you know. It was unlike anything, in my opinion, really unlike anything I'd ever seen him in before, and this is just, you know, if you've never seen Miracle, I do highly recommend it. Swing Shift. Goldie Hawn in there with Kurt Russell. Oh, yes. The dynamic duo of Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have defined the odds of Hollywood love and are still together to this day. Poseidon. Dreamer. Cute little Dakota Fanning in there with Kurt Russell. Love this as well. I mean, it's more of a little, you know, more of a family flick, but, you know, I can enjoy this. I bet my wife will watch this with me and have a good time, you know. Now, one of, if not, this is top 3, top 4, depending on the day, Breakdown. I mean, if you have never seen this movie, you need to watch it. This is the most thrilling adventure badass thing I've ever seen. I mean, I think it was 1997. Just this movie is fucking amazing from top to bottom. You know, seeing him, you know, try to save his wife after she goes off and gets kidnapped by the trucker. It's freaking awesome. The energy he brings to this role is just bar none amazing. Here we go. The first John Carpenter movie in this collection, Big Trouble in Little China. You know, you gotta love this. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I believe this particular DVD is out of print, too. And then probably one of the most common you'll see out here, little Goldie Hawn there with him. Overboard. This is probably the first, if probably one of the first two, either this or The Thing, that I've probably seen with Kurt Russell. You know, my mother, rest in peace, Mom, if you're watching this, you know, she had the biggest crush on Kurt Russell. I remember it, you know, just like anything else, you know. That's probably another reason why I was so into his movies, is because we saw so many of them, and she always was watching anything with him in it, you know. It was always fun. Snake Plissken.
Escape from New York. Oh, yes, baby. And I do have a soft spot, that guilty pleasure for Escape from LA. It is still Snake in there. It doesn't hold a candle to the original, but it's still fun. I can still enjoy it. That is for sure. I can still enjoy this movie. Another in my opinion, very hard movie to find was Unlawful Entry. I've had this for a while now. I do believe this is out of print as well. Just another crazy, great action movie. You gotta love it. Soldier. I believe this was 98. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe 1998. And then we've got Executive Decision from 1996. Another great, great thrilling action movie. Oh, yes. Tango and Cash. You got Sly and Kurt Russell together. Just what a pairing. You know what I mean? It's just like Batman and Robin kind of a thing. It's great. I love it. Having two prolific actors in there together in the same, sharing the screen together, it's awesome. An absolute wonderful, wonderful movie. Backdraft, 1991. I mean, the story in here, the firefighting story, it's a wonderful, wonderful movie. My wife watched it with me once, and she was a little bit busy that night, and it's a long movie. It's a long to get through, but I mean, it's just a star-studded cast. You got it's excellent, absolutely excellent. I have heard rumblings that they're thinking about remaking this, but I really hope not. I don't think Ron Howard would be very happy if they were to ever touch this movie, so pray to God that they don't. Oh, yes. Bone Tomahawk here. Had to take this out of the horror collection, This was from 2015. I can't believe it's been 10 years now. I mean, this is just absolute insanity. Love it. Absolutely crazy. 3,000 Miles to Graceland. I mean, not the greatest thing. I've been having a hard time finding the John Carpenter Elvis. I do not have that in this collection. I've been having a hard time finding that. But, yes, Tombstone. My all-time favorite Western. Love it. Absolutely love Tombstone from the bottom of my heart. Great, great film. But last, but certainly not least, you're wondering where it is. I know you are. And here it is. John Carpenter's The Thing. R.J. McCready, this is just the perfect example of the cult classic, a movie that absolutely bombed when it initially released, and it's looked at 40 plus years later as one of the greatest horror movies of all time. I mean, I do think this movie particularly, more than anything else, is what really, really launched this man, Kurt Russell. I think this is the particular movie that really launched his career and made him the star he is today and has been the last 40 plus years. This movie is absolutely incredible, and I love it.
So I do hope you guys liked that. I hope you like the whole collection idea thing. I do have, like I said before, I have a couple that I'd like to do like this. I don't have the time and or patience to ever be able to create an entire movie collection video. That would just be outrageously crazy. But I like doing these in little chunks by chunks, and it'd be fun. And I'm gonna, just like I said in the beginning, I got that shout out to Dane. I think he's one of the guys that really inspired me to do something like this, because he's done like shelf by shelf videos on his channel. If you've not subscribed to Dane, head over to his channel now. He's a great guy. I've been communicating with him a lot the last few months. I really like that he's kind of just like me. He's just having fun. He's doing these kind of things because he's enjoying it. I haven't had a lot of time to really put forth the effort like that guy has. Work's been out insanely crazy. Gina's getting better. She's healing. We're hoping in the next couple of weeks she's going to be back to work and be driving again. Things are definitely treading in the right direction. And we're just a few short months away from Scream 7, so I got to get ready for that, got to get ready. But I really do I think this is fun. And like I said, I really hope, I really appreciate that Dane gave me this idea. I'm not trying to steal anything from him, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to steal his ideas, but he's the one who inspired me to do these little mini collection videos with the particular actors, and I've had a fun time doing it, and I want to, I want to try doing some things. I'm maybe even convince my wife to do some too, because she's got her movies as well. She's been collecting some of her favorite actors and actresses movies. Maybe can get her on the channel doing something fun. You never know. I'll give it a shot. But until next time, you guys take it easy. And just like I said before, if there are any movies, like I said, I don't have everything. I don't have every single Kurt Russell movie, so I know that. I just have really what matters most to me. But if there's anything you recommend, let me know down in the comments below. If there's anything that I didn't have in my collection that you know is just a great watch and you would recommend, maybe I'll keep an eye out for it and see if I can find it. Because, hey, for what I'm paying for DVDs, if I found it somewhere, I wouldn't mind. So like I said, until next time, you guys take it easy. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, hop over to the Danger Zone and see what he's got to offer. You take it easy. Peace out.